What is up, YouTube? It is Daniel, aka the lovely and talented Lawn Stripes, back for another video. So this is one that I have kind of been hinting at for maybe about a month. So this is a little experiment I'm wanting to do between a few different grass types and a few different fertilizer types, and kind of see how things grow. So my plan is this. I've got my three grass types. I've got some perennial ryegrass, I have some tall fescue, and some Kentucky blue. I've already situated them in each plate so I can evenly distribute these, so I have about 10 seeds that would go into each column here. So across I have Kentucky blue will be this row, tall fescue this row, perennial ryegrass down this row. So each one will get about 10 seeds in them. And then on the side here will be the different fertilizer type that I put in it. So this will be my control. This will be just water. I have some Carbon X, some Scott starter fertilizer, some RGS. This one is going to be, I'm going to call this my wild card. It's going to have some humic acid, some sea kelp, and this isn't just a something I know RGS has humic acid, sea kelp in it. This is the Terra Vita SP90 humic acid, GS Plant Foods sea kelp, and there's actually going to be a little bit of Miracle Grow fertilizer that's in there from a hose end sprayer. This was kind of a concoction that I made when I was growing some elephant ears. They were it was all kind of put into a spray bottle, and then I would kind of mist down the soil to give a little bit of fertilizer to it as it was growing. So I really have no idea how much is in it. So it's going to kind of be my wild card. I have no idea what it's going to do. So we'll find out. So my plan is this. When I was going to measure out the Carbon X and the starter fertilizer and the RGS, trying to match what you would put on the lawn. So the Carbon X and the starter fertilizer are both about 3 pounds per 1,000 square foot. Now, this is roughly about 2 inches by 2 inches square. So I've got about 4 inches square. So trying to do some math on that and break it down from 3 pounds per 1,000 square foot down to 4 inches square. There was a lot of math involved, and unfortunately I found out that I do not have a scale that can go down that far to measure out that little bit of fertilizer. So I've actually written down what it would break down to. So for both the Carbon X and the Scott's starter fertilizer, since they're both 3 pounds per 1,000, that breaks down to, if you divide 3 pounds divide by 1,000, you get 0.003 pounds per square foot, which translates into 0.048 ounces per square foot. So that's 144 square inches. If you were to divide that by 36, you would get 4 inches square. So take your 0.048 divided by 36, you get actually a little bit over 0.001 ounces, like 0.0013 something. So when you translate that, because I can't measure out into that low of ounces, that would translate into 0.028 grams. My scale that I have does do grams, but it doesn't do hundredths of grams. So basically what I have is, here's my starter fertilizer. I just took a little pinch of each one, try to get it as equal as possible between them. Same with the Carbon X. So I've got a little bit of the biochar and some of the actual fertilizer there. I believe that was a urea based. So 2 little granules of that, some biochar, kind of doing the same thing across. And when it came to the RGS, this one got really crazy. So 6 ounces per 1,000, 0.006 ounces per square foot, which is 0.178 milliliters per square foot. You kind of do the same math here, 4 inch square, so 144 divided by 36. So this would translate into 0.005 milliliters. So trying to find anything else I might be able to use, cc's or anything, I found that it's going to be like 0.1 of a drop. So I won't be able to get that detailed with it, even though I wanted to. I tried. So I had to scale out, and I had everything was trying to measure. So I think this is going to be about as close as I can get. But at least if I can, it's going to be probably a little bit over applying, since I can't measure down that low. But at least with this, I can be kind of consistently over applying, so it won't be, you know, one of the rows getting an over application of one versus the other one's under applying. So we can try to be a little bit consistent with that. So I'm going to try to set up my tripod to do a overhead view on this, and I'm going to try to evenly water all of these. I've got a water drop here that can actually do 5 milliliters, so I'll try to do 5 milliliters in each one. Might have to do a little bit more, but we'll try to consistently water. And then once this is all risen up, we'll get the grass seed in there. I'll get the fertilizer in there, kind of cover it all up. And then this actually has a little bit of a cover, so these over here I'm not going to use. These will be for some vegetables that my wife wants to grow later on, so we'll just reuse this tray. But this does come with a plastic cover. I don't know if I'm going to use this or not, but that will go in the grow tent. So I'm expecting that all of these should kind of, each column should grow consistently with each other. It's just going to be what happens after they germinate, since the starter fertilizers and stuff aren't going to help anything germinate quicker. It's just going to help establish quicker. So all these, the perennial rye, I should see germination within about 3 days. The tall fescue, this is the GCI, I've seen that germinate in 4 to 5 days. Kentucky bluegrass, I'm figuring 2 weeks. So all these, you know, should kind of grow together, and then we'll see how it goes. But if I have that cover on it, maybe it might speed things up a little bit, but we'll see how it goes. So my intent with this is, after I get this going and in the grow tent, I want to try a time lapse with this, and we will see how that goes with that cover on it. I have a feeling with this cover on it, it might start getting a little bit of condensation on the inside of the lid and you won't be able to see anything, so I may end up having to take it off. So we will see how this goes. So I'm going to get set up here and start getting everything put in. Alright, so I've got everything applied down. I've got the seeds put in each one. Kind of fought me a little bit trying to get all of them in there, so I think I might have had maybe 11 in one and 9 in another. I got it pretty close though. Then I went through and I got everything put in there as close as I could. The RGS, I did 1 drop in each pod there. And the humic acid sea kelp combo, so I just kind of did 1 spray on each of them. So now all that is in there. I sprayed a little bit over top of the pod, just a little spray bottle to get the seeds initially started to be a little bit damp, and kind of kick that the granular fertilizers in there. So it's all good to go. So now I'm going to get the lid on it, and we're going to pop it into the grow tent, and let's see if we can do a little bit of a time lapse and see what we can do.